Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Tuesday, the 13th of April, and these are the charts of the day. Now, today I'm going to examine the short side. We haven't looked at them in several days. The market could be in the distribution mode here and may roll over at any point, but obviously until it does, I would caution you on the short side. But I do want to show you some ideas in case the market does suddenly roll over. You'll have some stocks to be prepared, some ideas. Above net had a very big move over the course of the May to December period, when it went from about 27.5 up to the high 60s. Rolled over hard in March, formed a little bear flag here, came down, another little mini bear wedge, and finally bottomed around the 47 range before bouncing up towards the 51.5 range today. Now you can see declining tops line and moving averages in the zone. I suspect that if the market does roll over, this being as weak as it is, we could see more downside. My targets are about 43 and then around 35. That's short and intermediate term potential targets. API, after a nice run up from the 10 range up towards the 41.2 zone, went sideways for 6 months and then finally rolled over hard in a big reversal, triggered by a big reversal day here in second week of March. That's seen the stock slide steadily from just under 40 to the mid-20s. Now we're bouncing a little bit here. We may even get some more upside, but it's one to watch over the coming days for potential rollover to new lows once that, if the market does start to head south. The first target around 21 and secondary target around 17, 18. AMSC, after a big run up, saw it move from 8 to the mid-40s. Rolled over hard in February, formed a little bear flag, broke that to the downside, snapped back to resistance, made lower lows before forming another bear flag and failing to get back above the 30.5, 31 zone, which is not only declining tops line but moving average resistance as well. It appears to want to be coming down here. If it does roll over, expect to move to the bottom of the channel, somewhere around the 22 zone as my initial trading target, right up in here. It would coincide with the lateral price support in this zone. Secondary target around 19. CNX, Consolidated Energy, formed sort of a head and shoulders top in the zone, broke down in mid-March and has snapped back in a bear flag looking manner with some poor technicals. I suspect that this stock could roll over hard and come down to meet lateral price support and the major rising trend line down around 36 for a 9-point move for our next trading target once it gets below 41. My initial short-term trading target. FUQI has acted miserably since the September high, which followed a big move from 3 to 32. It then rolled over hard and got smashed in mid-March on a gap down and has formed a bear wedge since then. It is oversold, but the stock has potentially more downside, particularly if the market breaks. I would look for something down eventually around the $8 level, and then as far as 6 potentially. Global payments, GPN, long upward trend was broken, but with a downside gap, breakaway gap on heavy volume in January. Stock made lower lows until early March when it snapped back. Big reversal day at the beginning of April. Stock has come back down now, and it's testing near lateral price support around the 42.5, 3 zone. If that's broken, we could look for potentially the stock to make lower lows down around 39, and eventually something around 35 is potential. Scholastic Corp, SCHL, after a nice uptrend, having seen the stock run from about 9 to the low 30s, we consolidated, broke down hard a couple weeks ago, and have rallied in a bear flag fashion with very little response in technicals. This looks like a bear flag. Lower levels down around 23.5 would be my next secondary target. Excuse me. Initial targets around 24.5. Shanda, SNDA, excuse me. After a nice uptrend earlier last year, took 6 months to consolidate, but broke to the downside on heavy volume and has been bear flagging back up towards the lateral price of resistance and the declining tops line as well. A breakdown below these levels could get the stock down to the low 30s. My secondary trading target, initial target down around 38. And lastly, for tonight is SOHU, Sohu, Chinese internet company that came down hard in early part of last year. That was in the October period, bounced around for 6 weeks and then rallied back to the declining tops line, made lower lows by breaking sharply in February, and has formed a big bear wedge. It appears it may be coming out of that to the downside. If so, look for an immediate test of the 47 zone, my initial trading target, with secondary target down around 42, 43. And that's it for tonight. Those are some ideas to keep in the back of your head for the market should it begin to really come down hard and go through a period of retrenchment here. Good night.